everyone, this is Jan. How's your Sunday going? Well, I'm up and painting, and I have a Sunday tip for you on mixing your green colors and redoing a leaf if you want to redo a leaf. Now, greens are an easy color to mix if you don't want to buy 5 bottles of green just so you can have a different value. And the easiest way to mix your greens is to use a black and a yellow. Here's black, here's yellow, and I had this black left over when I did the background for this little painting here, which is my third painting for beginner class. We're going to be doing a sherbet peony. So I thought I would mix up some green colors and use the opportunity to come on and show you how you can mix your greens instead of buying them in a bottle. All of these greens I have right here were mixed with a yellow and a black. Some of them I mixed blue and yellow. So you can either use black and yellow or blue and yellow. And it will depend on what blue you use or what yellows you use. The brighter your yellow, the brighter the green. The duller the yellow, the deeper the green. And so all of these colors here were mixed with either a blue or a black. So I just wanted to show you how you could go ahead and mix your greens, because all of you know I like to paint with 3 values of color: light, medium, and a dark. Okay, that keeps your painting from being real flat. If you've ever noticed when you first start painting, a lot of times your paintings are real flat because you're not using enough values of color. Okay, so I'm going to redo this leaf, and what I do first is I load my brush. I've got a 16 here. This is a PROTEGE brush. I load it with a little bit of blending gel. I come over here. This has to be completely dry, everyone. You can't do this on a canvas that isn't dry. Okay, so I go ahead and put a good coat of the blending gel on, and you know you have enough on when you tilt your head. I'm looking this direction here. I can see that it is shiny. When it's shiny, that means that the gel is still wet. So being it's wet, what I want to do is I want to pick up some dark green. So I'll pick up dark green, and I will just base coat this in. And base coating means you just block it in. Okay. But you're real careful around the edges or around the petals. Okay. Wipe the brush on a paper towel. Pick up another green. Now the light source on this little painting is coming from over here. From the right over here. So if I divide this in half, then I'm going to pick up my lighter green right over here. And I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to come close to that edge, but this side I'm going to have lighter. Okay, wipe your brush off. This side over here, I want a medium tone. Okay, so I don't cross over here, I stay over here. Now sunshine color, which would be the light source, to me that means a yellow. Okay, so I'm going to block in a little yellow. And the shadow side would be cool. So I'm going to block in a little blue over here. So I like this method because I can come in and just kind of block in, mix my colors, and then wipe my brush off. I will come into some blending gel. And before this dries, I will go ahead and blend the edges. And I just take my brush and I blend these colors. Wipe my brush off, come over on this side, blend again. And that blend will pick up all these pretty colors that you just put over here. And if you want to accent some of these colors, you can. Get my center back in here. So I went over the center part here. Okay. If I want a little yellow with white, remember this is the light side here. Let me tilt this up, maybe you can see it. Okay, so I might want to edge those, a few of those, have them edged right out there. Your leaves do not have to be real perfect on the edges over here. I like them a little ragged, because that's the way leaves are pretty much. I'm going to pick up a little more blue and load my brush, and I've got a shadow side over here. Touch and pull, touch and pull. Okay, don't add it all the way down, just part of it. Okay, maybe I want to add a little more green here. So whenever you do your leaves, I like this method because I can come in and I can blend or put in all of these pretty colors. And then I can come in and blend them or re-add them, and I'm not on a dry canvas. It's really hard to paint on a dry canvas. You have a lot of problems because the paint doesn't move with you. But if you take a few of these different approaches to painting, this is more of a decorative look of painting, and you use your blending gels. That's what it was developed for by Priscilla Hauser. Then you have nice blending because everything is still wet. Now if I pick this up, I don't know, there, look at that, there's your shine. That's what you're looking for whenever you do your leaf or anything that you want to paint a petal over. Get that shine and you go out past the area you want to paint. Okay, so what you'd need to do now is to go ahead and let that dry completely. You can use a hair dryer, whatever, before you come back and change anything. You can change these leaves 50 times. So don't feel like you have to do something the first try and have to do it right, because thankfully with this blending gel and stuff, it makes it so easy just to come back and redo what you're doing. Now what I will be doing also is changing this little petal here. When I was looking at this the other night, I noticed, no, I don't want that real dark. I want that a sherbet color. I want that more oranges and yellows. So I will do the same thing with this petal that I did with these leaves down here. And I changed all 3 of these leaves. So that's what you learn in my classes. And this little painting that I have here, it's not finished yet, but this little painting here is the 3rd painting that you're going to do in my beginner series. We will be doing the mop brush rose in the first class, which is this little cutie. That's the first painting that you do in my beginner series for florals. And the second one that you do is a poppy. So your poppy painting is, don't get scared, we're not going to do all of these poppies, but it will be this poppy here. So you're going to be learning a rose, you're going to be learning one poppy, and then we're going to do some of these little flowers here. And our third painting is going to be this pretty little peony. And you are going to learn so many different techniques and everything in these classes here. And then, when you have completed those classes, what you can do is you can come back and you can go ahead and do the larger paintings, like, you know, these big poppies. Look at all that in there. Look at all the greenery and stuff. And you can learn how to do all of that in the bigger paintings. But what this does is it gives you a base of learning, so that you're learning all these elements, but we're doing it on smaller canvases, so it's not so overwhelming. So once you have these three classes out of the way, then we move up to larger canvases, and you just work different elements each time we have a class. So these classes that I have are ongoing classes if you want them to be that. So anyway, if you're interested in the classes and stuff, you can Facebook message me and ask me about the classes, and I'll be glad to send you some information. I still have a few openings for May. I'm getting pretty booked up here for weekly classes on this session for the beginners, but go ahead and message me. We can fit everybody in here, because classes are like hour and a half long. They're $25 for an hour and a half. You're going to get a pattern, you're going to get your Zoom recording, and you're also going to get your supply list. And most of the people that are taking classes from me do have their supplies. But if you don't, I try to keep your supplies very reasonable. I have links below the description so that you can purchase most of these supplies on Amazon. You'll get them in a couple of days. And if you're a Prime member, you get free shipping. I tell you what, I buy everything on Amazon because I just don't want to pay that large amount of shipping. And none of us do. It's gotten ridiculous. So thank you so much for joining me. And I hope this little tip will help you out and you learn something today. So anyway, okay. Keep painting, and until next time, bye for now and take care.